Chapter 2 Shri Sai Satcharita Object of writing the work Incapacity and boldness in the undertaking hot discussion conferring significant prophet title of the necessity of a guru. In the last chapter, the author mentioned in the original Marathi book that it will state the reason that led him to undertake the work and the persons qualified to read the same such other points. Now in this chapter, he starts to tell the same, the object of the writing the book. In the first chapter, I described Sai Baba miracles in checking out destroying epidemic of cholera by grinding the wheat and throwing the floors. On the outskirts of the village, I heard other miracles of Sai Baba to my greater delight, and this delight burst forth into poetic work. I also thought the description of this grand miracles of Sai Baba would be interesting and instructive to his devotees and who would remove the sins. So I began to write the scarce life and teaching of Sai Baba. The life of the saint is neither logical or dialectical. It shows a true and a great part incapacity and boldness in undertaking the work. Hempadan thought that he was not fit person to undertake the work. He said, "I do not know the life of my intimate friend nor my own mind. Then how can I write a life of saint or describe my nature of the incarnation, which even the Vedas were unable to do? One must be a saint or before he could know other saints. Then how can I describe the glory to write the life of the saint most difficult? Through one may well measure the depth of the water of the seven seas or enclose the sky with a cloth trapping. I knew this was the most venturous undertaking which might expose me to ridicule. I therefore invoked Sai Baba grace. The premier poet saint of Maharashtra, Sri Janashri Maharaj, has stated that Lord loves those who write the lives of saints, and the saints also a peculiar method of their own getting the service, which the devotee longed for successfully accomplished. The saints inspired the work. Devotee became only an indirect cause or instrument to achieve the end. For instance, in 1700, Shakaya, the poet Mahipati, aspired to write lives of the saint. Saints inspired him, got the work done. So also 11,800 Shakaya Das Guru service was accepted. The former wrote four books: Bhakta Vijaya, Santa Vijaya, Bhakta Lila, and Santa Marit, while later to Bhakta Leela and Santa Kamrit in the lives of the modern saints are described in chapter 31 to 233 of Bhakta Leela and chapter 57 Santa Katamrit. The sweet life and teaching of Sai Baba were dissipated. These have been separately published in the Sai Leela magazine, number 11 and 12, volume 17. The readers are advised to read chapters. Also, Sai Baba wonderfully illustrated in the small edition book named the Sri Sai Bhojan Malabai, Miss Savitri Bai, Raghunath Tendulkar of Bandara, Das Ganu Maharaj also composed the very sweet poems of the Sai Baba. The devotee name Amidas Bhavani Mehta also publishes some stories of Sri Baba. Gujarati, some number of Sai Nath Prabha, the magazine published by Dakshina Bhikshna Sahasranath Shri also published. The question of objection comes in that while so many works regarding Sai Baba extend, why should this Satcharita be written and why is it necessary? The answer is plain and simple. The life of Sai Baba was wide and deep as an infinite ocean, and can all deep in the same take the prestigious gem knowledge of and bhakti and distribute as clear in public. The stories, parables, teaching of Sai Baba very powerful. Therefore, gives peace and happiness to people who are affiliated with the sorrows and heavily loaded the mysteries of world existence. Also, bestow knowledge wisdom of both worldly and spiritual domains. If the teachings of Sai Baba is interesting and instructive as Vedic lore and listen to meditation upon, the devotees will get why they long with union with Brahma, mastering the eightfold of yoga, bliss of meditation. So thought, all the stories together, bestow personal. These collections might be most delightful, those simple souls, which are not blessed as so it a collection teaching expression outcome of boundless and natural self-realization. I was Sai Baba who inspired me in this matter. In fact, I surrendered my ego to his feet and thought my path was clear and he'd make the quite happy here and in the next world. I could not myself ask Sai Baba to give the permission for this work, so I requested Mr. Madhavrao Deshpande alias Shama Baba, most intimate duty to speak him for me. He pleaded my cause, said to Sai Baba, the Anasa wishes to write your biography. Don't say that you are poor, begging fakir, and there is no secret about it. And if you agree and help him, he will write. Rather, your feet grace will accompany the work. Without your consent blessing, nothing can be done successfully. When Sai Baba heard the request, he was moved and blessed me by giving his Udi scared as placing this bone bestowing on his son had said, let him make the collection of stories and experience, keep notes and memos, I will help him. He is only outward instrument. I should write myself my autobiography, satisfy the wishes of my duty. He should get rid of his ego, place or surrender at my feet. He who acts like his new help in the most of my life stories. I serve him the most possible ways when his ego completely annihilated and there is no trace of left it. I myself enter into him and shall write my own life. Hearing my stories and teachings will create a fate devotees or they will easily self-realization and bliss that no instance and establishment of one's view, no attempt to refute others' opinions, no discussion of pros and cons of any subject. The word discussion put me in the mind of my promise to explain the story of getting the title of Hampadan, and now I began to relate the same. I was on close, friendly terms with Kakasai Devship and Anasai Zindaka. They pressed me to go Shri and have Baba Darshan, and I promised them to do so. But something in trouble turned up which prevented him to going to study. The son of my friend at Lonavala fell ill. My friend tries all possible ways, physical, spiritual, but never could not be abed at the length of his guru said by bedside of his son, but his to no avail. Hearing this, I thought, uh, what a what the utility of the guru if he could not say my friend's son. If the guru can't do nothing for us, why should go to Shri at all? Thinking this possible, I postponed my Shri trip, but the inevitable must happen, and happen in case follow. Mr. Nanasabi Chandekar, who was a branch officer, was going to tour Basin from Thane. He came to Dada, was awaiting for train bound for Basin. In meanwhile, the Bandra local turned up. He sat and said, came to Bandra and sent me and took task for putting my Shirdi trip. Nana argument for Shirdi trip was convincing and delightful, so I decided to start the trip to study the same day. I packed my luggage and started for study. I planned to go the other and casted enough money, so I booked myself for the other and sat in the train. While the train was to start, Mohammedan came hastily to my compartment, seeing me. All Prakapalna asked me where I was bound. I told him my plan. Then he said, "So I go to start to Bori Bandar, not to get down at the other, for the Mandal will not get down at the other at all." In this little miracle, later did not happen. I would not reach the Shirdi next day. Settled many doubts would ask later in, but there was not to be. As a fortune favored me, I reached the studio next day before 9 or 10 a.m. Mr. Bowles Kakadix was sitting for me there. There, this was 1990 was there was only place Shatevada for losing pilgrim devotees. After outletting the Tonga, I was annexed to how Darshnath when the great devotee Tata Sahib Nulkar returned from the masjid and said the Sahib was the corner of the Vada. I said, "Good first the preliminary Darshnath, then go after bath seen the leisure." Hearing this, I ran posted Bhava and my joy has new bounds. I found more and more what Nana Chandokar had told me. All my senses satisfied, forgot the thirst and hunger. The moment I touched the Sai Baba feet, I began the new lease of life. I felt myself obligated. Those who spot and helped me get the darshan, I consider them so relatives. I cannot repay that. I only remember the posted mentally before then. The particular Sai Baba darshan is found as a darshana, though thoughts are changed. The force of previous action is abducted gradually. Non-attachment dispersion towards worldly object grows. It is by merit of action past many births. Such darshana I got. If only if Sri Sai Baba really all worlds becomes us in form of Sai Baba. Hard discussion. On the first day of our study, there was a discussion between me and Balaswami Bhatte regarding the necessity of the Guru. I contend, why should we lose the freedom or submit ourselves to others when we have to our own duty? Why Guru is necessary? One must try this by saving himself. What can Guru do? A man who does nothing but sleep instantly. Thus I pleaded a free will while Mr. Bucket took the other side destiny and said, what were bound to be happen must happen. Even a great man, a failed man, propose one way, God dispose other way. Brushes over cleverness, pride, egoism won't help you. The discussion with all pros and cons went for an hour. As usual, go and discussion was arrived. We had to stop at the desk ultimately as we were exhausted. The result of that was lost peace of mind found unless there is strong body conscious egos and there is would be no discussion. In other words, it is egoism which breaks the discussion. When we went to masjid with others, Baba asked Kakashi following what was going on the Satyavada, what was the discussion about. Staring me, Baba further added. Uh, What did this Hempadam say? Hearing these words, I was surprised. The masjid was considered distance to Satyavada, where I was staring into the discussion going. How could Baba knew discussion unless he be omnipotent and not ruler of us? Significant and prophetic title. I began to think why Sai Baba should call me by the name Hempadanta. This word corrupted from the Hema Dripanta. This Hamad remains a well-known minister of the kings Mahadeva and Ramadeva of Devagiri of Yadav dynasty. He was very learned, good-natured, and author of good works such as Saturanga Chindamani dealing with spiritual objects, Raja Parishra. He started new method of accounts and the originator of Modi, Maratha script, but I was quite opposite, ignorance of all dull mediatric intellect, so I could not understand why the name and title was confounded upon me. But thinking seriously upon, I thought that the title was that to destroy my ego, so I should always remain meek and humble. It was compliment paid for my cleverness in the discussion. Looking to the future history, we think Baba would calling the Mister. The bowlker by the name Padan was significant property. We find he looked after management of soils as non-interesting, kept nicely follow accounts, and also author of the such good of soil Satcharita, which deals with the such important and spiritual objects as Janana, Bhakti, dispassion, and self-surrender and self-realization. Necessity of a Guru. Padan has left no note, no memo about Baba said and regarding this matter, but Kakasri has published his notes regarding the matter. Next day, Hempadant meeting with the Sai Baba. Kakasri went to Baba, asked whether he should leave Shri. Baba said yes. Someone said Baba where to go. Baba said hi. The man said how was the way? Baba said there is main leading there, but there is only one from here study. This way is difficult. There are tigers, wolves in the jungle in the way. I Kakasri asked, but Baba, what way if we take a guide with us? Baba answered, then there is no difficulty. The guide will take you to straight to the destination, avoiding wolves, tiger, ditches on the way. If there will be no guide, there will be danger of being lost in the jungle, falling to ditches. Mr. Davar present occasion. And he thought that was answer to given to question whether Guru was necessity. This Ilila volume 1 page 547. Therefore, upon into no discussion of the problem whether man is free bound is one of is a spiritual method that on the contrary of real paramata is possibly only as a result of teaching of Guru as listed in the chapter of the original in the instance of great avatars like Rama and Krishna who had to submit themselves to their gurus. Vasishtha and Siddha respectively for getting self-realization that is only which is necessary for such progress, faith and patience. With the Chai Chachra chapter 2, 190 192, bow to Shri Sai, peace to be all.